Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I posted. I have been swamped with exam deadlines. I'm not done yet, but I just couldn't let Ramadan pass without making some special cards. Ramadan is right around the corner, starting on March 1st, and I am definitely late in creating cards this year, but better late than never, right? Those unfamiliar with Ramadan, it's the holiest month in Islam, observed by Muslims worldwide as a time of fasting, prayer, and reflection. From dawn to sunset, we refrain from food, drink, and other physical needs, focusing on self discipline and spiritual growth. It's also a time for charity, gratitude, and strengthen our connection with God. The month ends with Eid al-Fitr, a joyous celebration marking the completion of fasting. But Ramadan is not just about abstaining from food, it's about kindness, self-improvement, and togetherness. For the first card, I'm using the Pinkfresh Studio Lantern Botanical set. Lanterns are a huge part of Ramadan decor, lighting up the streets and homes alongside stars and crescent moons. I was completely inspired by a beautiful card I found on the Pinkfresh Studio website. Unfortunately, there was no name to credit the designer, but her work was absolutely brilliant. I made a few changes to match my style. So instead of the original turquoise and silver color scheme, I went with the blue mirror cardstock and gold for an elegant touch. To color the lanterns, I use Alto New fresh dye inks and I love how they turn out. For the second card, I wanted to create something unique, so I used Greetery Bookish Holiday Frames stamp and die set along with the Have a Spine die. This die set is meant to resemble a book covers, complete with a spine, cover, and gated page edge details. With some layering, you can even make the card open like an actual book. So I started by stamping the rectangular frame from the Bookish holiday frame set and then layered my die cut on the top. I wanted to add a fun interactive element, so I turned this card into a shaker card. To do that, I heat embossed the frame in green, or at least it was supposed to be green. But when you share a craft room with a 6-year-old, things get interesting. So I ended up using a glitter embossing powder instead. But hey, more sparkle is always a good thing. To complete the shaker, I die cut the center of the frame, added an acetate, and used foam adhesive strips to create the shaker box. Hi everyone, now I'm gonna show you the final look for all the cards after I put all the sentiments. Okay, so for this stamp set, I made 2 cards. This is the first card, and I showed you the tutorial. And also I did this card, and the only difference here, I just use the foil plate to do like an impression, and I use the stencil to color the image. And for the sentiment, I used the generic one from Pinkfresh Studio, this one called Basic Banner Celebrate. So, you know, I stamped a lot of them. So I picked like a generic sentiment like celebrate and get ready to party. Okay, so these are the 2 cards using Pinkfresh Studio stamp. Another stamp set by Pinkfresh Studio, this one called Holiday City View. It has a stamp and a stencil. And I made this card. I heat embossed it using gold ink, and I use also the same sentiment by Pinkfresh Studio. And this one, it's time to throw confetti. I really like this sentiment. And for this border, I use Mama Elephant. This one called what? Eyelet frames. So I only made 1 card. For the Greetery stamps, that this one called Bookish Holiday Frames. Let me show you the cards. So this is the first card, and I die cut Happy from these were dies by Spellbinders, and Ramadan I just spell it using these mini alphabet stamps by scrapbook.com. I'm gonna write the names of all the supplies in the description box below. And the second card, again, Happy from Spellbinder, and Ramadan I used a, what's this brand called? Dress My Craft. I used this die to spell word Ramadan. And for the stars, I used these dies by Lawn Fawn called Hearts and Stars. And for the crescent, I used this die by Creative Expression. Then we have Happy Ramadan. Next card, this is very simple one. I just again die cut some stars and the crescent and the stamp set from, or the sentiment from Mama Elephant Wishes Enclosed. Time to celebrate. And last but not least, this is a shaker card. Also, same thing, same stars, Ramadan, and just the word happy is a by Pinkfresh Studios. Happy birthday. I just use word happy. You might have noticed I don't actually have any specific Ramadan themed stamps or die, but that did not stop me. I improvised by using Christmas stamp instead. Yes, I buy Christmas stamps even though I don't celebrate it. At the end of the day, all religious holidays share the same core value: love, peace, family time, and homemade meals. And speaking of homemade meals, in my next videos, I will be sharing a theme card, so stay tuned. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye. Bye.